Welcome back to Princess Tennis 2005 Crystal Drive. This is the Open Cup doubles tournament. This is the final round, and we're actually going to be taking on Ryoma's father and also Saki, the coach of the Hyote team, which is pretty interesting. Very interesting pairing here. I don't know if they have some sort of history together, because so far it seems like everyone in this tournament that we've fought up against has some sort of history. The doubles partners, so for example, Ryoma and that girl that wants to bone him, Momo I believe wants to bone what's her name, Tachibana's sister. Really, this nigga's really gonna try to use the Teska zone against me? Alright. And then finally, there's Jin and Dan, who are obviously a pair because they're from the same team, and also because Dan is the manager of the team and he really likes Jin and thinks he's really cool for whatever reason, even though Jin's a complete delinquent asshole. This isn't looking too good. Nigel, I believe is his name, is really fucking us up right now. Oof. It's interesting because his stats, or rather, he doesn't seem like that big of a deal. But his stats are actually not half bad now that I'm looking at him. Like, he has great grip, great power. Apparently I can't look at stats in a doubles match. That's really weird. Or maybe it's just because of this tournament. Or maybe it's because I haven't unlocked him. Let's see. Test that theory out in a moment. Okay, never mind, because I can't even see Teska's. Alright, so that's weird. I guess maybe it's just this tournament. Oh boy. He actually has specials. What the fuck did he just do to me? I guess he got rid of whatever Siegage I would have had, but thankfully I already used my special, so he didn't really do anything. They didn't actually know this guy actually had any legitimate special moves. That's good to know, I guess. Ooh, what? Eventually I'm gonna end up having to do like, or not I'm gonna have to, but I'm gonna force myself to challenge myself to use guys that are all coaches. So I'm gonna end up having to use like Saki and maybe Ryoma there just to balance things out a little bit. Maybe Nigel as well, because there's not too many of these guys that are actually coaches. But there's Anne, for example. Let's see what it does. I don't really know what it does. Oh, it reduces my power. Whoa, all my power is gone. What do you do? Just yell at me and now I don't want to hit hard? Is that for like that only point? Wow, it's still going on. I know I don't show the like stats or the bottom screen anymore. It's just because there's really no point. And then all that really does is makes it so that when I have to edit, I have to render both of the top and the bottom screens. I have to split it up. I mean, granted, now I found an easier way to do that because I can just record using OBS and I can create 2 video outputs and I can use whatever overlay I want on OBS, so it'll manually split up the video if I just put the video or put the source twice and crop it, which is really nice. Which is what I ended up doing for Jump Ultimate Stars, which is great because I recorded in bulk towards the end of the last season because I was moving, and that saved me so much time. Because otherwise what I would have to do is record that video and then split up both the top and the bottom screen, like render me editing both screens to be separate because I can only record them both together, and after that's all said and done, then I can finally actually edit the actual video. So it was a very long, unnecessary process. Oh boy, that's not good. Yeah, his samurai zone or whatever the fuck it's called is actually pretty annoying, and there's not really much that I could have done about it. I still have no power. How long does this thing last until I get a point? Alrighty, mid-swing. Thanks for that. Real fair. Not like it matters. I was already swinging. But yeah, throughout this tournament, I've talked about sort of improving, specifically my tennis game. The main things that I need to improve on are my serve, my backhand. I could improve my volleys. They're not exactly the best, but they're not exactly horrible. I think that's mainly because my reflexes are not actually as bad as I like to think they are. Nice. Let's see if that brings back my power. Nope. I don't understand. Maybe I have to win an entire game just to get my power stat back. This is ridiculous. That's gotta be one of the strongest specials in the game if that's the case. I mean, granted, power is not super important, but it definitely helps. Ugh. Especially not having it. For example, when I serve, it's really annoying because I can't actually get my aces like I usually do. Please smack. Damn it. Oof! Get fucked. Nice block. Sorry. I really get into the game and just fucking start talking nonsense. Not like I don't already talk nonsense, but it just makes it. Oh fuck! I got distracted by his zone. Not that I already talk nonsense, but it's more nonsense than nonsense. Anyways, yeah, I've been talking about improving my game. I've talked about how it is. Oh, it keeps getting with that. How I need to improve the other two values of my game, my serve and my backhand. My volleys, I wouldn't necessarily say that I need to work on, just because, like I said, I had pretty good, surprisingly good reflexes, just because, like, I've never actually volleyed well. Or rather, that's not what I'm to say. I've never practiced volleying, is what I should say. The only time I've actually practiced volleying was at the handball courts, because I often would go there, because I'm, you know, more often than not, I'm not able to actually go to a tennis court, so I use that as practice. Sometimes, oh fuck. Well, he didn't affect Tachibana. Maybe it's a random stat that I can't see right now. That's weird. I can't see him in Tachibana's stats, aside from his grip, power, and his speed, which are the first three. But he still has all his stuff. I don't know why I still have my power. I still rather lost all my power. Oh, come on. Damn it. But anyways, yes. My volleys, they're probably the only thing I need to do is just get more experience with volleys. There's nothing you necessarily need to work on, because my form is actually not half bad, especially with the backhand volley. I've been complimented on that quite a couple of times. I have pretty good form on that. The forehand volley could probably use some work, but I think that's kind of the thing that'll just come with time. There's nothing specifically, god damn it, that I need to personally work on, I don't think. I mean, my instructors or my coaches or whatever you want to call it, none of them have really said anything bad about my volleys. My forehand is another thing that I've never really gotten anyone to say anything about. I've gotten compliments on my forehand. Granted, I'm not trying to say that my forehand is like a level 7 forehand where I should be in the US Open just because of my forehand. I'm not trying to say that. But it is the best part of my game, which is alright. Because I've gotten both from two different coaches. They've told me that my forehand is basically a level 3, so it's actually not half bad. But everything else in my game needs to step it up to match up to the forehand, which is pretty interesting because I've always used to sort of have an issue with the forehand as well as I did with all of my other components. The only thing is the forehand was a little bit easier just because that's something that I always went through. And it was also a lot easier because unlike the other two, I could always visualize how a forehand works. And also, I went through a lot of like stupid little training exercises to get a good forehand, which I haven't actually been able to do silly little exercises like that for my serve or for my backhand. Like one of the things I remember I used to do is I actually got this from Prince of Tennis. This isn't so much good for your forehand as it is just for your what's the word I'm looking for? Your footwork and being able to actually keep up with the ball. But what I was doing is, this is literally ripped from an episode of Prince of Tennis, is that I would have one of my friends, or teammates I should say, throw the ball from their side of the court, and then I would run without the racket and then catch the ball with my hand. So that kind of teaches you how to sort of get footwork and get closer to the net, or sorry, the net. Get closer to the ball, get into position a lot better. Because you'll force yourself to move a lot better, or move a lot more, I should say, when you don't have the racket, because you don't have that large range of motion. And so that what that does is, once you got the footwork down also, you'll later on see, when you get the racket in your hand, that you have that expanded motion, so you have a lot more time to actually get to the ball, because you'll still, your body will somewhat be used to, I guess is the word, to running. Whoa, that's not good. Damn it. I thought it was gonna be a hard shot, so I was in the back. I should have came up more. Yeah, your body is used to sort of the low, or rather the less range of motion, so you get to the ball a lot quicker. I'm probably not explaining that as great as I can be, but that's basically what I'm trying to say. Because you spend time without your racket in your hand and just chasing the ball with your hands, you're actually able to move to the ball and get into position and get in the right spot a lot quicker. So once you have the racket, you actually have a lot more space and a lot more time to play around and actually, you know, get a good swing in. That also helped me a lot when it came to my footwork, but mainly it also helped me with my forehand because I got to get good footwork when it came to the forehand. Because one of the things was that I was able to move around the court because I was young when I started playing. I was always really fast on my feet. I was always that guy that was always, you know, the fast guy. Like everyone had their own thing. I was the guy that was just really fast when it came to like races and stuff. Damn it. So when it came to tennis, that was really the thing that I was really good at. But I just couldn't actually use that because I couldn't actually swing. So what I started doing is that once I got the footwork down, I was able to actually get to the ball and actually swing effectively on time. So that was a real step up. The only thing that I had a real problem with is that I was... Oh, wow, that went right through me. Oh, it was out. Okay, that's why. The only problem with that is that I was still afraid that I was going to end up missing a lot of shots. So what I would end up doing is that I would have a really open face. What I mean by open face is that the racket, when you hold it in your hand and you hit the ball, you technically want to have it so that it's a more or less a 45-degree angle facing down. So it's like a forward slash. Yeah, it's like a forward slash or backslash. The slash that starts from the top and then it like bends its back out. I don't really know how to explain it. You basically don't want to have it at a flat angle. You can have it at a flat angle. That's not, you know, horrible, but you're not going to be able to put any swing on it, which is, or rather spin. I mean, not swing. You're not going to be able to put any spin on it, which makes it a little bit harder for you, the ball to actually go over the net and actually stay in. Because spin helps a lot with that. But that's not as bad as having your face completely open, which is somewhere around the lines of 45-degree angle towards the other side, so it's facing up. So when you swing, the ball will hit the racket and it'll go up. This you can do if you're just trying to get a forced lob, like you didn't really have time to actually put in some good topspin or rotation to actually make the ball go up. You can kind of just pop it up like that. The only problem with that is that obviously the ball goes up, so you can just smash that and also it'll probably go out because it'll go pretty high and it's not doing what you want it to do. So basically what it was that since I was so used to hitting the net, unfortunately because I was not able to swing really well, what I would do is I got into the habit of having an open face, so I would swing up, or not even so much swing up, I would just swing my face up so that the ball would actually lob up. So all my balls were lobs. So they would go over the net, finally, and it would land in because they were so high they had enough time to, you know, stay in, but they were also really high. So anyone that, you know, wasn't really having issues with that could have easily just came in and just used, you know, that's so dumb. Just came in and just smashed the ball at me because obviously I'm just feeding them lobs at that point. But thankfully, you know, no one really... I never ended up getting into that kind of an issue where I played a much better player and they were able to just, you know, really make use of that, or at least not as often as, you know, they should have. But eventually I managed to, you know, fix my face, get the angle a lot better more often. And then the other thing that I started doing was this weird sort of thing. So when you hit the ball, you want to try and pronate. And by pronate, I mean is as soon as you hit the ball, you want to kind of like turn your wrist. I just tell people to just look at make the motion as if you're looking at your watch. Like if you had your watch on that hand. That's basically what you're doing. You're just turning your wrist towards you as if you were going to look at it. Because what that does is that it adds spin to your hits. It adds some topspin. So specifically talking about the forehand, it'll add some topspin to it. So it'll help the ball go over and also make some topspin so it'll dip a little bit so it'll stay in. So that way, oh, come on. Wow. I really got to focus up. The fact that I still don't have any power is really bothering me though. This is nonsense. I feel like I've gotten cheated. Like that has to be a glitch. There's no way that for the entire game I just have no... I'm gonna have to look this up afterwards because that's just ridiculous. I don't know, maybe I have to go into super mode or something? Maybe that'll cancel it out. Please hit that Tachibana. What the that was ridiculous. Wow, and that shot completely got rid of my super gauge. Are you kidding me with this shit? These guys are ridiculous with their abilities that just fuck up your gauges. Alright, anyways, let me try and win this game and then I'll get back to my trials and tribulations with the forehand. We're gonna have to go ahead and start this over. So what I would end up doing is, yeah, I would not pronate, I would pronate in a really weird way that I would end up still sort of kind of like picking up the ball and making it so that it would kind of like I would hit and then pronate it like up, so I would kind of like lob it up. I was just doing something really weird that I was not supposed to be doing, and because of that, that was also causing me some issues with the forehand. But eventually I took some classes, I don't know at what point, but then I got that habit out of me, and then my forehand became, you know, really good. I was able to be a lot more consistent. And then eventually I learned the sort of, I don't know what to call it, I don't know if there's a specific name to it, nice. But basically I would pull back my racket. So in order to get some more range of motion, so that you can hit the ball a lot harder, what you would do is you would pull back and then throw your I guess waist into it, you know, put some hip into it so you can get some nice rotation and hit that ball. Another way you can do it is, especially works for me because I'm not very tall, so I don't have the ability to pull back as much, so I can't get that whole big cut. Ugh, match point. This isn't good. I mean, if I end up losing, I'll probably just beat them off camera. Because there's no point in me going back and forth and trying to do this again. I do not believe I have. Yeah, I don't have. All I can really hope is that it's an ace. Yes! Whew, this is too clutch. Let's see now. See if I can put that in a good spot. I really need to get my super gauge up. See if we can go ahead and just Zeroshiki drop that. See if we can maybe get one more ace. No, alright, that's fine. It's a good thing I know exactly. Oh, thank you for that out. That saved us. Oh man, we could have just legit lost right there. Yeah, I know that if I serve them out wide, they're gonna try and hit it to basically straight ahead, so that way they can catch me off balance on the serve. So I know where that's coming every single time, so I'm able to actually go ahead and just fucking predict it, no, and actually go all the way to that spot automatically. I really need to boost up and get my super gauge. Oh, thank God, Tachibana aimed it at Nigel there, because that really helps. The fact that the zone is really annoying, you can only really break out of it if someone else hits it. So if his teammate hits it, or I mean, even after that, it still comes back. But or if you use a special move, which unfortunately for Tezuka is very hard to do, because the only thing that seems to come out is his Seroshiki drop shot. Oh my God, I'm fucked. Is, yeah, the drop shot, and the drop shot takes full fucking C gauge to come out. I need to stop hitting it dead at this guy. No, please, Tachibana. No, thank you. Alright, so I have Seroshiki, and then I have very close to getting super gauge. I just need Tachibana to hit this return, and then hit a decent hit after that. Oh boy. No! Oh man. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and beat these guys off camera. Hold on. What the fuck was that? What just happened? There we go. Jeez. I went a little beast mode in that one with my super mode and all that, but fuck it, they deserved it. Totally didn't use like a bajillion special shots. See, it wasn't even that many. Almost even. Anyways. And we're actually gonna get a new character. I don't know his name. We'll go over it next time. But we do get a new coach, Mizuki. He's that annoying fuck that makes it so you can't use any of your special moves for like an entire game. God, that's so annoying. Stay fresh.